Welcome back, one and all. It's been a couple of months since we last played, or a few months for some of us. Welcome back to the world of Applegateway to Adventure, middle school D&D. Um, Last time, if you've read the log, we had a full session of stuff happening. Um, did some investigation on Hiccup's mother was kind of one of the driving parts of it. You went to talk to Orpheus Vile, the tech whiz at the private school. He helped you get some information, not directly to the mom, but to like someone who did paperwork, and you can definitely see that somebody was like trying to hide information or censor it or whatever. Um, so I talked to that person, and she took you to the hospital, um, which is also great because you were able to fight off a giant Tully monster, and get a worm. So you're able to give it to the newly met Hiccup's mother, who is Melda Soman, one of Naomi's cousins. So it turns out they're related. Um, each of the Soman family members, well, there's like the 13 animal spirits and kind of the deity pantheon leader spirit. Um, and they get passed down to the next person who gets born into the family. But apparently Naomi was probably born, received one of the spirits, and then Ismelda, who has the dragon spirit, had a child, and with Hiccup's dad, and so she didn't receive one of these spirits. And knowing that, the family paid off the dad to stay away and never mention anything. So Hiccup would just, through persistence, was able to get a little bit of info that her mom might be here. And so it might be that the mom having this dragon power allowed Hiccup to kind of awaken this connection with the dragon world and get toothless by the power of imagination, able to manifest, which is actually a plot point in one of the Terry Pratchett Discworld novels. And I thought that was so funny that I came up with kind of a similar idea. Um, so that was a big thing. And she also seems to have some sort of emotional connection to somebody at Hannah Miller's house. And she was, oh, you're staying with the Miller family. Oh my. Hmm. Drama. Uh, and I my little note in the log is that Astrid saw, somebody getting dropped off, but you don't know who this person is, so you don't know if she was in there or not. So you're just kind of waiting. You're like, oh, there's somebody, this woman with pointy glasses and scrubs got out, and she went back and kissed somebody that dropped her off. Huh, okay, whatever. And then later find, oh, that's your mom. Wow.
My favorite thing is I was looking at my sticky notes. I have sticky notes of random notes. And one of the only things I put from last game is Hiccup's mom kissed someone.
Yeah, there's some theorizing about who it might be. Um, so
Mystery lover.
yeah, so the ball is kind of in your court now, or the mom's court, because Hiccup, y'all and y'all who helped her did a lot of effort to find her. And turns out she was much closer than you even realized. But you really kind of take advantage or take for granted how easy it is to find people on Facebook when you don't have like a digital database. Yeah, growing up in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Um, uh, so you fought a Tully monster I mentioned and encountered one of the dryads who, for the purposes of, the pollution has been corrupted into a sea hag. And seems, just in a lot of pain and then has been turned into like the effect, showing the effects of the pollution on the river. So that's just one of them. You might find some others, but definitely anything you can do to purify. There are like creeks and kind of that pour into the river that might help them. Some of the dryads are tied more directly to the river. Um, so that's Astrid was looking into that.
And also, after we defeated the Tully monster, the sheriff came and asked if we knew any runaway children.
Yes. Well, Astrid,
Oh no, Astrid!
No, I hid.
Astrid is in danger. In danger of deep shit.
Yeah, she's kind of been gliding by most of this start of this year, but now the heat is on a bit.
Ooh.
Y'all had a run in with a giant robot, and one of the bullies who turns out like he just needed some like positive reinforcement, and like he was hanging out with. It's kind of a trope, like bad influence or a sensitive kid, but honestly, like whatever's going on, that he is like putting on this tough face to get by with like putting his energy into proper channels. He's more fulfilled and he's kinder and has kind of made friends with y'all. So the one bully is
Oh, quit.
Yeah, so Being is the bully that's a mechanic, and Hutch is the bully that's on the football team, and he hasn't really come around yet, but...
Oh, I played football for you, too.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I actually did good. You're welcome.
Yeah! Was Hannah busy with like a dress rehearsal for all of last session or something then?
Yeah. A show at the church, and you can tell us what what religious story that they were putting on in a minute here. Zara got in with the underground, and Cody, Naomi's cousin, who's like the nasty, mean kid, and he gets into all sorts of trouble. He's the rat. He was, doing work with, and I think Andy had mentioned before, like, I'm not going to buy any meth from Cody. So.
I think Hannah still needs to talk to Andy if he hasn't gone to the doctor yet or anything, because I don't know if that got resolved last time. I don't think it did.
I feel like you have a lot of people you need to talk to.
Oh my gosh.
This episode's your...
This is going to be what a busy 12-year-old.
So we're just going to kind of pick up.
Kind of full schedule.
After all that excitement, everybody goes back to their places, rests and recovers for a bit. Not a long rest just yet, but we'll have one soon. Let's see, Esther back here. We will say that we'll open it with all of the kids are invited to Hannah's church play. So, what is the church play that you are in, Hannah? Throwing you.
Okay, so it's a church play about Paul, but like before he became Paul, when his name was still Saul, and like when he was persecuting the new Christians in Rome and like in the surrounding areas of Corinth. And anyway, and then God struck him with blindness and he was forced to reach out to God. And it's really cool. Like we got to use the fog machine. I'm so excited because I've never used a fog machine before. And I'm on the help team because I'm not very good at public speaking and stuff. But yeah, there's a fog machine, and the guy who played Paul, like especially after he started loving Jesus, is but yeah, it was really disorganized with the planning and the stuff. But anyway, the play ended with Paul penning some of his letters to like the first churches in the area. Really, really cool.
And the kindergarten class ended up being all of the church that you know Paul delivers the letter to, and your little siblings totally just cause the same. And your family is all in the pews, like very supportive, but like trying not to face palm. Aunt Ray is there, and she's just sharing on like that's my niece and nephew. Oh, so I love them. Cool. Astrid, if you don't want to be seen, you can like sneak into the back and watch if you want. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm watching from the back monitor.
You could be dressed up as a bush or like a tree.
They're like, wait, isn't this tree supposed to be on stage? No, don't worry about it.
I'm the backup tree.
Backup tree.
I'm the tree's understudy.
Yeah. It's in case they get sick, no?
Yeah, I think Hannah got stuck as the narrator or the announcer for the occasion since most of the play people were like under 10.
Yeah, well, fun stuff.
So the smashing success, everyone got gummy bears.
Woohoo. You all are so then maybe this is Sunday afternoon because all the craziness happened Saturday. It's gonna start next week of class. What do you guys want to do first? The candy shop opening. I wanted to have as many people for it as we could, but if you guys want to do that today, we can. But is there anything else that you want to start with?
I mean, I assume maybe Hiccup wants to talk to Hannah and get him caught up since they're in the same house, but
yeah. So what would you tell Hannah about all this, Lindsay?
Hannah is laying face planted on the couch, exhausted from rounding up 6-year-olds.
Well, Hannah was there for when that and the person or I don't know what it was, the monster pretending to be my mom was outside the window.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're like, what happened with all that?
So well, I don't need to tell her because she was there, but there was a person that was pretending to be my mom outside of our bedroom window, and she kept she looked like the picture, which also looked like Winona Ryder, and I kept asking her questions about my dad, but she couldn't answer them. And then she eventually took off her face and she was a monster.
Mm.
And we were freaked out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And your parents told us to just pray and go back to sleep.
I really thought that was a hallucination from all the sugar and the chaos of the dress rehearsal. Oh no.
Yeah, but then I met my real mom and she was cool. And now she has a worm thing and she's analyzing it to see what it is. Because when the worm thing popped out of the Tully monster, Toothless grabbed it and we put it in a box and then I took it to the hospital.
Oh my.
Did recapping from Hiccup.
Yeah, so
I love it.
I was excited to be able to do more adventuring.
So
that's
the only thing I want to find out is check in with my mom to see what the worm thing is.
Yeah, we should do that after class today. I really don't want to get in trouble after all of the chaos that happens with the play. That was so many 6-year-olds. Have you ever had a 6-year-old sneeze 12 times in your face?
No. And thank because I would be mad.
I am mad. Let's go to the hospital where there's less 6-year-olds after.
Yeah.
But just as much sneezing.
But not by 6-year-olds.
Astrid, you definitely notice that there, you're staying hidden out in the woods, but you start to see like the sheriff and the deputies are starting to kind of patrol more. Kind of moving through the woods. There's maybe like a park ranger that gets employed, like from like the nearby national parks. All of a sudden, like you've been out here with no trouble, but now you're having to be a little bit more careful. Can you make a stealth check and a survival check?
Oh, all my dice hate me today. So I'm scared.
Dice out.
Stealth or survival first?
Do either way, whichever you prefer.
Okay, that wasn't bad. For stealth, it's a 21.
Okay.
Survival. $18. I'm shocked because I was rolling dice ahead of time and I kept rolling like 4s, except for once in a while there'd be like an 18.
Well, you warmed up. Warmed it up.
Yeah, I warmed up through 4 pairs of dice.
So you remain pretty well hidden. You're not, they're a bit noisy as like the deputies are coming through. Like they'll pull a car up onto the side of a road and kind of go walking out with flashlights. So it kind of makes you feel a little bit on edge. You can very easily stay hidden, but if they come across the treehouse and see that there's, signs that somebody was living there, now your treehouse isn't going to be safe. So you definitely, with your survival check, you can kind of track when people are coming around, and you can maybe set up a couple alternate campsites, or you just have to be careful. I might do kind of a luck roll to see if somebody happens upon the treehouse, they'll know that you're out here at least, or have some confirmation. So you are like stellar and can't be found on your own, but now all of a sudden it feels a little bit less safe to stay in one spot.
Okay.
And since if you head out, you get the sense that they're on the lookout now, and it might be kind of dangerous just to go straight out. So it's up to you, but you could always try to leave town, but you kind of feel a connection with the Dryad and some of the kids in town, and it definitely feels like it might be easier to, wait it out a little bit. So just a little bit of danger. You're starting to feel like kind of thing kind of closing in around you. Yeah.
This has nothing to do with that, but I also have a question related to Druid.
Yeah.
How does wild shape work in this game?
Ooh. Yeah, you transform.
Okay. I didn't know if we were keeping that or...
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Which is really handy for you to, like, get in and out of places. You can turn into a squirrel, and Frightful will chase you. Friendly like, though. But yeah, that's
shape into a dog. Dual dogs.
Yeah, you're definitely mastering your kind of transformation skills. The nymph teaches you a couple tricks, like how to turn yourself into an animal for a short period of time, which is like especially good if you know you're gonna get cornered. You turn into a squirrel, and You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
stealth as a squirrel because they're like,
Yeah.
just an animal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, I forgot to ask that before.
no, that's a good question. But at the same time, you have to be careful because if somebody sees you transform, could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Hiccup saw Naomi transform. Um,
Yeah.
so is there anything specific you want to do? Do you want to go try to find a new campsite? Do you want to try to stay with one of the kids in town? Do you want to just kind of have a rotation? How do you think Astrid would kind of go about
Probably
this?
like a rotation. Like there's the treehouse, then probably maybe something up north, something to the east, spread out
Okay.
in a way.
Sounds good. And like you can transform very quickly into an animal, but Frightful stays like you have to take time to transform Frightful into a different animal form. So
Yeah, yeah.
you could get stuck and they'd be like, "Hey, there's a dog, gotta take it to the pound," or so you're very wary of that possibly happening. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Good. And if you can turn into a mouse, you can sneak into like somebody's garage and stay, in the miller's garage if you need to, something like
Yeah,
that.
but wild shape I think doesn't last very long.
Probably just an hour, yeah. So it's good for like getting in and getting out if you can do it twice, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously you can't overuse it.
Yeah, I can do it twice per short or long rest.
Yeah, okay. So that's like you can do it twice per day if we're doing like
Mm-hmm.
a day is a short rest or something, and a week
Mm-hmm.
is a long rest. um, okay, so you're kind of moving around. Um, is there anything else that you want to do, or uh, in between, like just staying hidden and just trying to live off of what you can gather, or any
Um,
place in town you want to look or do something?
I mean, at some point I want to talk or see about getting more help for the river, but probably right now lay low.
Okay. Keep an eye out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything Hannah particularly really wants to do? You said there's something after school.
Going to the hospital to follow up with Hiccup's mom, and then I know Hannah really wants to like get all the rivers and waterway pollution fixed, like with what they started at the nymphs pond.
Yeah, yeah, you guys could definitely try to locate one of the other dryads and like at least get their part of the river cleaned up a bit. Um,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, you
and
could.
I think is Andy home right now?
What time of day? Like looking at
Um,
after school?
Shoot, I guess I'm assuming it's in the morning before they go to school at
Okay,
this
yeah,
point. Like, but so he's still home.
yeah. Well, let's.
Okay.
You want to talk to him?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that in just a second. I just want to
Okay.
get what everybody is doing. And then Hiccup, is there some specific stuff that you want to do?
The only thing that Hiccup has been thinking about since the last excursion was why Astrid is homeless and if she needs like help getting food and stuff.
Okay.
Because now she found her mom. She's like, oh my gosh, not everybody has a mom.
Oh, except does Astrid have a mom? Hmm. So you want to sneak her some food here and there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe just try to like figure out how to help.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, cool. Okay, so Hiccup or Hannah, it's the morning before school. And you see that Andy is kind of getting ready. He's kind of like, he looks like death in the morning. So he's just like slumped over like a bowl of cereal. But he's, uh, can you also make a perception check? Or
Yes.
something previous?
Perception. Should be fun. Hold on. I heard that was 19.
Ooh, okay. You saw at the play that he spent a little bit of time hanging out over talking to Aunt Ray, um, like after the play at the after party dinner type thing. Um, so yeah, that's just something you know of. Okay, yeah. What do you want to do?
I Hannah snuck a couple of extra snacks home from after the play.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big secret.
Miss Georgina's like fancy cupcakes and stuff.
And Hannah she's got one in a little lunch sack. She walks over to Andy at the kitchen table and sets it there in front of him. Hi.
Okay,
This is probably like the most nice that she usually is to him.
He looks at you and he looks behind him and is like, you're talking to me, Hannah?"
Yes,
Uh,
I am.
hold that thought. He gets up and like sloughs over to get some coffee and comes back. He says, "Thanks." He'll take the cupcake and kind of very carefully unwrap it, and then just uh, what's up?
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I've judged you a lot, and that's not good.
Well, I mean, you just.
And so I'm sorry that I have hurt you.
He's like kind of processing it. Like he's not sure what to do with like somebody being just very forward and honest. So he kind of thinks about it a little bit, and you know you can hear like more family are kind of getting ready, and Leah and your mom are switching off between like cooking food and getting the little kids going. But he kind of leans in a little bit. He says, "Thanks, I guess. Are you okay, Hannah?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Uh, um.
Is this?
You know if you need help with something and you haven't been able to like tell anybody, I want to help.
Can you do an insight?
I have proficiency in this skill. Amazing.
Also, Hiccup, can you do a sleight of hand to swipe something from breakfast?
13.
13. You're looking at Andy, and he's kind of trying to be aloof, but you can see just a little quiver of on his lip, and he says, "Hey, it's nothing you need to worry about. You're a kid. You shouldn't have to think about stupid teenager stuff. He looks at you and like kind of like punches your shoulder very lightly. He says, "Don't worry, I got people to talk to. I got."
Can I have Hannah just like grab his fist?
Sure.
Like,
Goes up and he says,
I'm serious,
Hannah, it's a
Andy.
nice thing. Okay, all right, all right. He pulls his hand back. I'm just sorry.
The football coach talked really highly of you, and I realized that I probably shouldn't just judge people so freely. So yeah, but I don't want to be. And Hannah looks like one way then the other. I don't want to act like a butthole because that's not a good thing to do.
Like a what?
I heard the a butthole.
Butthole.
Don't tell Mom.
He chuckles a little bit. Says, "Oh man, you've got a potty mouth there to match that butthole."
Hannah just like goes red, like she's like so embarrassed, like oh
no. He's like fully smiling now, which you haven't seen him do in years. And he says, "Listen, Hannah, I've been having a real rough time. It's very sweet of you to talk to me. But listen, I seriously I don't want you to worry because you're 12 years old. You have so much to worry about. I'm sure like that's an awkward part of. I remember being like in 6th grade. It was pretty awful. I used to get bullied all the time. Then I learned to like kind of put on a tough face and I went out for football and like that was when I was allowed to take down my bullies because that was part of the game. But I've been going through a rough patch, but I've been talking to Aunt Ray and she kind of knows what I've been. She can kind of relate to what I've been talking about. And
Aunt Ray seems pretty cool.
She's gonna introduce me to a friend of hers, somebody who can help me with some stuff I've been going through. So things are gonna be okay.
Oh, okay. The offer still stands. Oh, okay. Like, I know Mom and Dad don't always listen, and Leah's always really busy. And then I get stuck with the twins, and they're tired, and everybody's tired, and this has been a really long school year so far.
Yeah, gosh, we're not even to the homecoming game yet. You ready for it? Guess you're the football star of the team now, huh?
I've only practiced.
Oh, I thought Leah said that you played in the game.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It felt like a practice. I got hit really hard in the head. Like somebody on the opposite team just
are you okay?
Careened into me, and like I don't really remember the last like 10-15 minutes of it. Did
you tell Mom and Dad? Like we should get you checked out then. Sounds really serious.
No. It's okay. I'm praying about it, and I took an aspirin.
Dude, no. Like, okay, take it from me. Like, don't like go without getting stuff checked out. Like, please, everybody's coming back in the kitchen, but he's like, please promise that you'll like at least go see the school nurse or something.
Okay. You too. You take care of you.
Yeah, I'm going to the clinic. I mean, I'm going to see somebody. Okay.
Okay. Hannah pulled out her pinky. Pinky promise me.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta get going, and he gets up and Mom says, Andy, you better clean up. Better put that bowl in the sink, and He just kind of stops and he's like, okay. Instead of like, he's not as angsty right now, so your mom was kind of a little bit caught off guard, like, looks at you like, did you say something to him? What's going on?
Hannah kind of shrugs and then tries to like scurry without notice.
She catches you and she like kisses your head. Hiccup.
Love you, Mom.
What's Hiccup's sleight of hand check?
That one.
Ooh, yeah. So what do you go to try to grab for Astrid?
A giant muffin.
Sure. Mrs. Miller kisses Hiccup or Hannah on the head, mwah, and turns, and you are just reaching over like this. You've got that muffin like this, and says, "Oh, you're hungry today. That's delightful. Good." And she just kind of is watching for you to like eat it.
I'm gonna take this, like, my stomach sometimes growls really loud in like math class, and I feel like if I just went back in the coat closet and just like crammed it in my mouth, then I wouldn't. She's just like stumbling over her words, like trying to describe why she needs this giant muffin.
Make a deception check.
Oh shoot. 18.
Ooh, okay. She looks at you and she's like, "Do they not feed you in Zugotenhagen? Like, is that one of the places where you get like a cracker for breakfast? Never mind. Take it. Take whatever you wish, dear." And gives you a napkin to wrap it around.
Hiccup's gonna grab a second giant muffin.
Dear, you're going to choke if you try to eat that in the closet in class. Here, why don't I?
For after lunch.
She's gonna pull out some like some extra cracker bags and put them into your lunch bags. Like,
yes.
Just
Hannah's gonna pop her head back in. She sees what she's assuming that either Hiccup is just extra hungry or that she's going to help someone with what she sees is going on. Oh, well, we get really hungry with football practice.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
All right, you kids, I'll make sure you get extra oranges and Capri Suns and
Could we have
oranges.
Beef jerky or Dad's venison jerky?
Yes, we certainly could maybe swipe a little bit from your dad's last hunting trip. And we'll go and put some stuff together. Rachel, wait, let's see, Ruth, comes and gets her stuff, and Hannah, you notice kind of she's coming down the hall, poking out of her book bag is like something sequiny, just kind of hanging out just a little bit from her bag, and she like doesn't seem to notice, and she's like coming straight towards the kitchen where Mom will definitely see it.
I'm gonna turn and put myself between Mom and Ruth. Wow, I really like your book bag. Did you just sew up the patch? And I point to where the sequin bit is hanging out to cover her butt.
She's like, oh gosh, I don't want another hand-me-down that I have to poke it back in. Yeah, it's great. I love the home ec class that I have at school.
Yeah, like it looks like your sewing is getting a lot better.
Yeah. And she'll kind of whisper to you and a Hiccup just within earshot, like, I've got some stuff to drop on you. Like, meet me on the way to school. She's 14, yeah, so she would be going to the middle school. Yeah, I think that's unless you guys want to do something else, you can head to school.
No. That was so many antics for one morning.
Hiccup wants to linger and ask the mom, like, in this country, what do people who don't have houses do?
Well, dear, and Dad is coming in and he says, "Oh, well, uh, down in Rusttown, we have the city mission that we help to take care of those poor souls that are on the streets. It's so cold. It's so sad, but we give them a little warm soup, and hopefully that will inspire them to get a job, and they can get off the street."
What if they can't get a job?
Well, I mean, you can't underestimate the power of prayer.
Hiccup's like, okay, this is getting me nowhere.
Well,
So,
why do you ask, dear?
Curious.
Okay. Hannah's aunt, Rachel, she was homeless for a time. Well, more like a troubadour, backpacking across the country with a guitar. My sister is, if you ask me, she's eccentric.
Uh,
Well, all I know is that she's been down on her luck. You could definitely ask her more.
okay, yeah, that sounds good. Hiccup's gonna like grab the muffin bag and duck out.
Cool, cool. But yeah, it's a cold, hard world up in the snowy areas. Okay. Is Astrid doing anything in particular? Do you want to like meet up with the kids at any point before school?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to do any reconnaissance while school is in session?
Sure, I can. While I'm looking for another camp, like, see if there's anything up at the wastewater, but at a distance.
Okay.
Like,
roll an investigation check, maybe.
that was not a good roll. You said investigation?
Sure.
It's only an 8.
Hmm. Yeah, you come across something. You're kind of looking for places that are a little bit out of the way, and you find like a bit of a sign that says like Fort Risky. Um, and you're like maybe somewhere out in the woods here was like a some kids fort, but it's probably overgrown at this point. Um, but you could probably look some more and find it. Could be a nice little hideout or something. But it's a kind of an advantageous spot somewhere up in this area. Could be like a good tactical position. But yeah, you don't find it. You just have the sign.
Okay.
But you can do just a little bit of kind of scouting. You definitely see that there's more people kind of coming in and out of the site. Some of those trucks that the company that runs the mall, more of their trucks are kind of coming in and out. Looks like dropping off snacks, restocking the vending machines. But you know that there was stuff that was in those trucks at some point when people looked at the mall. And you see like the big pipe that sends out water. Instead of looking regular, it looks very murky. So it's definitely noticeably not good. Um, Cool. At lunch, Hannah, you see that there's like a group of kids that were always playing Game Boy, and you have your brand new Game & Watch. You see that there's a kid that they all have Game Boy Colors, and they're all playing together. And one of the kids has their old regular Game Boys just kind of sitting on the picnic bench right next to them as they're all playing with their fancy new games.
Hannah's gonna kind of look side to side from the table that she's at and walk over with her Game and Watch in hand. Hi, can I sit with you guys?
They look up at you and they look at your game. They're like, okay, you and your Atari. Is that what it is?
It's Hannah picks it up and kind of looks at it. Game and Watch. So it's not just a Game Boy.
Oh.
Game and Watch.
Yeah, I think we saw that in like the Nintendo Power. Wasn't that just like an old people game?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not old and I'm playing it.
right. That's like that's like a light up toy that you can get from McDonald's.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. You don't have like a real Game Boy or real. You're not even like a real gamer. That might not have been quite a term at that point. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I challenge you. If I can beat you at one of your games, then you have to take the Game and Watch, and I get your Game Boy. If you're a real gamer, then you shouldn't be scared of a girl.
Hmm.
Oh,
All right.
actually,
Go ahead.
and we should arm wrestle.
So wait, are we playing Tetris and arm wrestling?
Yes, but not at the same time.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. All right, all right. All right, you're on. You can use my old Game Boy, the boring one. It's all in gray green. But there's a rental fee, $5.
I have snacks from the VBS hall.
Tax?
We did
Like
do that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
you have
That's
jobs,
true. We
yeah?
did do yard work. Do you want snacks or money?
What kind of snacks you got?
I got gummy bears and sour gummy worms and double chocolate Pop-Tarts.
Do an insight. And Hiccup, you can give a help action if you want, if you back her up. Yeah? Okay. I thought you were raising your hand to say something.
No, I'm giving the help action, but I've seen people in Hannah's family go like this when they're like praying for somebody.
Oh.
So I've like picked it up and I'm
you're doing like a psychic prayer for her.
Yes.
Bumps up her skill.
23 for insight.
Ooh, yeah, you can tell that Jimmy Lowe is like mouth watering, eyeing those gummy worms. It's like whatever.
Hannah kind of smiles. I can't do the smile, but you know that like one Game of Thrones lady smile where it's like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to arm wrestle first or game first?
How about if I beat you in arm wrestling? You don't even get the game. But if you win, you can just have the Game Boy. But I get the gummy worms.
Okay.
Okay, alright. You ready for this? Do a strength check. Or you can do athletics if you have it.
This kid needs to be schooled in how to make a good deal. Because this is a bad.
Oh shoot. So that's not just a straight 20 for strength. It's the 20 plus my modifier, right?
Yes. And you can do athletics if you have it.
Let me see if athletics is higher. Okay, I'm doing athletics instead.
Okay.
Ooh, I love gambling. Oops. But not that way, I don't. Oh no! 12.
So I'm gonna say, based on the results of this, you're going at it, and you're starting to get, push him down to the side, and you can tell, like, on his face, he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose." He says, all right, that's good enough. You can use the Game Boy." Like calls it off, like very unfair. It's like, all right, you no rental fee. You can use the Game Boy. But we need to have gummy worms in order to play Tetris. That's the rules.
Word. Wrestle me.
No, I mean, you did good. You proved yourself.
No,
So.
be a man of your word.
Fine.
Be a man of your word, or I'm going to tell everybody that you wouldn't arm wrestle a girl all the way through because you were afraid of losing.
And the other kids around are just like, whoa. And there's like, yeah, they're kind of like, Jimmy, what's
We can thumb wrestle if your arms aren't strong enough.
what? Let's do a thumb wrestling game. Sure, I'll do a bit, because you looked tired. I didn't want you to lose. Do a dexterity check instead, or acrobatics.
Oh no! Man, my -1 modifier.
Thumb wrestling is more about quick
Yeah,
movement
that's
than it is
true.
about strength.
Can I give the help action?
What?
Can I give the help action?
How would you give the help action?
Good vibes.
Like distract Jimmy by like dancing.
Sure.
You can laugh at Jimmy for being a coward.
Okay, yeah. Then Hannah gets advantage.
Okay. Ooh, oh boy. Well, anything's better than that, probably. 15.
That's with the modifier?
Yes, that's with the modifier, with my -1 modifier.
This kid is very well versed in Game Boy, and his thumb movements, like you're going real fast, but he gets your thumb, and he says, "Ha! Well, we changed the rules a little bit. I'll take it easy on you. You can you give me some gummy worms, and I'll let you play with the Game Boy for just, for the bet."
I give him one of those small snack-sized bags of sour gummy worms from my book bag.
Oh yeah, that's cool. All right, let's do it. Now do a
Hannah's going to remember this.
what role should we make for playing video games?
I have no idea. I wasn't expecting a video game duel. I don't know why I wasn't expecting a video game duel, but I was not.
I feel like it might be something like a Dex, because you're trying to like quickly move the pieces around in Tetris.
Could it be a performance?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
Performance is charisma.
Yeah.
It is. I have better stats in charisma.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I have rolled something, and if you beat it, then you win at Tetris.
Yay. Not with those stats, I don't. That's a 6.
Ooh. We'll do best 2 out of 3.
Uh, 16.
All right. You lose one, you win one. We'll do one more.
18.
You just barely pull through. Right at the last, you clear a line, and you're good. So kind of looks defeated, but he's like, "Well, deal's a deal."
I give him a nice firm handshake.
He's like, "Thank you," and he kind of like gets a little nervous as he takes your hand because he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Thank you for honoring your deal. I won't tell everybody that you were scared of me now.
So
I give him the 4 packs of gummy bears and the chocolate Pop-Tart.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he gives you the Game Boy with a copy of Super Mario Land.
I got a Game Boy. Now I have to hide it.
But yeah, you can boot it up, and you notice that there's like one line of broken pixels on the screen. It's like, it's not the worst, but it is annoying. But it's a Game Boy.
That was more a Game Boy than I had before.
Yeah. What do you do the rest of the lunch period?
I'm not eating. I'm playing video games.
Okay. uh, Hiccup, do you want to sneak any food to Astrid now or wait till after school?
I'll do it now.
Okay. Make a stealth check because there's the well, you can try to send a message out to using your detect thoughts. If Astrid is nearby, you can try to get her to meet up in like kind of the back fence area where y'all snuck out before. Or you didn't, but the others did.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'll do that.
Okay. Do a stealth then.
Oh. 6.
You go creeping over, and a teacher's like, Mrs. Jeanette. She's like, young Hiccup, where are you going?
Hiccup is just like completely speechless.
Why don't you come over here and sit down?
Oh, okay. Who are you?
Homeroom teacher.
Oh, that's who you are. Okay.
Yeah. You can try to use a spell or some other means to get the snacks to Astrid if you want.
I'll just wait till after school.
Okay. You can send you have Toothless. So okay. But you can wait.
Carry the muffins, can she?
She could carry the bag if you wanted. You'd have to use a spell slot to do the unseen servant spell though. If you wanted to do that.
So can everybody see her?
No, she's invisible.
But she can. So when she carries the muffins, do they become invisible with her?
You can try it. If you do use a spell slot, do the unseen servant, and she can carry something physically.
Okay, I'll do that. Wait, I've used all of my spell slots.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had a short rest or a long rest yet, have we?
No, it's still been a short rest. Or just
Okay.
a short rest. No. Warlocks get all their spells back on a short rest.
Okay.
I just realized that. Yeah.
All right. So when I put the muffin bag in her mouth, what does she do? What can you still see the muffins?
Yeah, she grabs on. You can see the muffins, and she kind of like perks up and then just goes bounding away. Like she'll go whoop, whoop, whoop. And there's this like a kid that's just like the kid from The Incredibles who sees Mr. Incredible lift up the car, and this kid is just jaw dropped on a tricycle, watching this bag of muffins just bounce through the grass, like.
I was gonna like this, like she had sent it skipping like a stone.
Wow. Toothless goes bounding over the fence with this bag of muffins. Um, and if you all had like a pre-approved location or something or whatever, Astrid, Frightful all of a sudden is like sniffing and something's coming, and you hear some noise, some crunching of leaves and branches and twigs and stuff. Something is coming very quickly to your position.
Probably hide.
Okay.
Astrid probably would.
Okay. Yeah, in the little clearing, you see Toothless, or no, you see a bag of muffins pop out, and there's like something moving around, and Toothless is like, yeah, you can't see Toothless, but Frightful is like really on edge. Can you make like an insight check for Toothless or Frightful? Sorry, struggling to keep the pet names or animal companions all straight.
I guess Hannah shouldn't try to adopt a parakeet then, huh?
Keep one of the
These
twins on.
Get to their destination safely. It's going to be a lot of drama. For
13.
Okay, yeah, Frightful is wary, but then kind of calms down a little bit, like it's the bestial spirit starting recognizes. Oh wait, no, this is a friendly magical creature that just showed up here as invisible.
Okay.
And Frightful will approach cautiously, sniffing, and the bag of muffins will drop, and you can see that like the fur on Frightful's face just gets licked up the whole way, and like shakes her muzzle out like, whoa, what the? It's like sniffing and like trying to like figure out where to lick back, and yeah.
Can I reach where I think the Hades bit?
Yeah. You reach over and you feel some like kind of leathery, scaly skin with some like pokey little spines, and seems to be Toothless, Hiccup's dragon.
I'll pat Toothless on the head and be like, oh, thank you.
And you feel like a warm dragon nose on your hand, and you get licked, and she takes off and runs away as far as you can tell.
Cool.
And in this bag you find 2 big muffins. Would Hiccup put like a note in it?
Yeah.
What would it say?
It would probably be like, we're going to the hospital this afternoon if you want to come. And also all these muffins from Mrs. Miller for you.
Nice.
That should make sense.
I didn't really steal them, I asked for them, but you know.
Is that in the note too?
Yeah. And then I talked very awkwardly for 5 minutes until me. So basically I stole them.
Cool. Back at school, Ruth said she wanted to talk to you too, because she said she'd become an informant, and she says, kind of comes over to the table and says, Hannah, what are you doing?
Hannah puts her Game Boy down. Yeah?
I have a rumor for you and Hiccup.
Oh, Hannah looks down at the Game Boy, quickly turns it off, and like shoves it to her bag. Okay, sorry. Anyway, what's the rumor?
So I was hanging out with some other 8th graders, and we heard from some 9th graders, and they heard from some 10th graders, and they heard from some 11th graders, and they heard from some seniors.
My gosh, just tell us.
I'm getting to it. So I was talking to Christine, and she said that there's an amazing sale on Essie, the nail polish. So we're
Um,
what?
I is Essie important?
Well, it is because I remembered this because we were talking about the Essie when I heard about. Uh, okay, fine. I'll get to. Um, we were talking about Essie, and then I heard from someone that there was an attack. Yeah, somebody.
What kind?
Well,
Was it at the hospital?
No. I mean,
okay.
a kid showed up at the hospital and he said that he got attacked by a wild animal. There's like apparently some rabid badger out there or something like that, or like a mongoose or something. But yeah, like totally
Bitey?
wild. What?
I think it was.
Was it Bitey?
Probably was.
Or
Yeah.
did we say
I mean, Bitey might have attacked, out of character, Bitey might have attacked some people, like, before we saved Bitey.
Yeah, true.
But apparently
did
there's been some
just
attacks.
happen, or is this, like a couple days old?
This was like over the weekend, but apparently there's been like a string of things happening where like teenagers were hanging out like in the woods, and like they said that like maybe it was Mothman jumped them or something, or maybe it was like a baboon, or like maybe it was like your old hamster that like came back from the dead because you didn't know how to take care of it.
It's not my fault it died.
Okay.
It's not. I was trying to give it, like, it said alfalfa hay, and like I'm pretty sure that that's what that mom and dad put in our Easter baskets.
I think that's plastic.
That's not real grass.
Yeah, that's like the stuff they put on those astroturfs. Okay, well, anyways, that's all the important information I had. Well, actually, there was this really just cute crop top. And Angie and we were talking about how we would be like twinning if we showed up, in school. Oh, sorry, you don't care about this. Okay, I'll let you know if there's any important information. Bye.
How did they put real?
Wait. What was the kid's name? Do you know?
Cletus Cairn.
Cletus. Hey, oh shoot! While we're at school still, we should check on Frisk. Is it Frisk?
Francis.
Francis, not Frisk.
What grade is Cletus in?
Sounds like senior.
You know where he lives?
Well,
is he friends with Andy? Do you know if he knows Andy?
He might be like a year ahead of Andy, but you might know him. Cletus, like, he's a lifeguard, so he like hangs out at the pool a lot, so you could probably find him there. But
yeah, the pool's still open until the until the homecoming game.
What's that?
The pool is open until the homecoming game.
It is open?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's still
That's what I heard when I was at the mayor's office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's warm enough that it's not summer season, but it hasn't gotten too cool to close the pool. So sure, you could probably find him there. I mean, even though he got hurt, he probably won't be on duty, but like he like always has to have a good tan. So
Okay, we need to go. We need to go to the pool after we go to the hospital today. We need to make sure that he's okay and not infected with a worm.
alrighty. So yeah, the rest of the school goes by. It's the end of the day. You want to go to the hospital?
Mhm.
Alrighty. You head on over there. Naomi catches you. Uh, walking back because the hospital is kind of going up that way back to her house, and she says to you, Hiccup, "Hey, sorry, I've been busy lately, but my cousin asked me to give you this," and she hands you a note. It's from your mother.
What does it say?
You open it up, and it says, "Hey, Hiccup, uh, should I call you Hick? Should I call you Kiddo? Sorry, I'm still figuring this out. Um, I started looking at your little project, and it's really concerning, and I think I should bring this to Sora. I think she should know about this. Um, meet me after my shift. Bye." And it's signed. It looks like she was about to write an M, but then crossed it out and said Ismelda.
M.
Real quick before we go on to the hospital, was there something that you wanted to ask Francis?
If they are okay, or like how have things been over the last week? Have they noticed anything weird? Do they still want to come to the BBS? All the important things.
Sure. Yeah, you wander over to them, and they're just like looking at like a weirdly shaped cookie. Like it doesn't look like it's made of food. It's just they're just sitting there, blank faced.
Francis? Hannah kind of walks over and waves at him.
Hello. What do you need?
Wow, you're very forward. How have you been over the last week? Have you seen any weird worms?
I haven't seen any worms except in the dirt.
Okay, but like no headworms.
No.
No? Okay.
I killed
You
a
still wanna-
monster that had a worm for a head.
Oh. Was that here in town?
No, that was in a hole in the ground.
With the other worms?
No, a deep hole. I fell into it.
Okay. Do you still want to come to VBS?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess that's all then. I recently got a Game Boy. If you want to play it sometime, then I'll let you borrow it.
I play Mud Pies.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that video game before.
And they offer you to take this weird food that they have and say, "Do you want some?"
Yes, sure. Hannah takes. Is it one of the cookies that looks like it's not made of food?
Yeah, it looks like almost like it's made of like dirt or some other thing. It's shaped like a star.
I'm gonna smell it. What does it smell like?
It smells magical.
Thank you very much. It's beautiful. Do you make them, Francis? Or do you find them?
I just picked up a bunch on the ground when I fell into a hole.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this gift.
I saved all of them, and I never ate any until after I killed God, and then I didn't use any.
But God's still alive.
It was a bug god.
Oh, okay. Not like a human god.
No.
It's fun to say this in their intro class on day 1 that they killed God.
I mentioned it at some point.
Okay. It seems.
This is such a surreal conversation. Hannah takes the cookie and quietly excuses herself from the lunch.
Right as you're turning, they pull out like one of those Halloween masks, and it's like almost like a Jason mask, and they just like put it on, and they just have like blank eye holes, looking at the table sitting there. And yeah, meet up with your friends.
Hannah is like praying under her breath, Jesus, please help them.
And you all are heading to the hospital. On your way there, you pass like a group of teenagers, and there is somebody who has like their arm in a sling. And there's like some other teens, that are talking to this kid.
Wants to be like Cletus?
Cletus looked out. Huh? Somebody said my name?
Yeah, Cletus. Hi. Can I talk to you for a sec?
He's like looking at this 12-year-old that just walks up to the group of teens. They're like, okay.
Yeah, over here. Come on.
Do you need directions to like the Chuck E. Cheese or something?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. He like picks up his backpack and with one arm. He says, okay, are you like one of my sister's friends or something?
Yeah, so Cletus, we heard a rumor. Hiccup is like gonna get out a notebook and a pencil that that you were attacked by a creature in the woods this weekend.
Oh yeah, we wanted to hear how you fought off the creature. Like it's the talk of the middle school right now. Like that you went toe to toe with the monster.
As Hannah is talking to Cletus, Hiccup is like angling herself to try to see if there's like a worm attached to the back of his head.
Oh, sure. Do a
Hannah's kind of standing in front of him, trying to sell the like. We really want to hear your heroic tale.
Do a perception check.
Both?
Me?
Or who?
For Hiccup is looking for the worm.
$14.
Okay. Yeah, Hannah, you're trying to keep him distracted, and you don't see.
Like, is it true that you punched it so hard in the jaw that some of its teeth fell out? Like, do you have any of its teeth? Like, I think that my brother or my younger siblings really like them if you do.
Wow, word travels fast, and apparently makes me look much better. I actually tripped, and then I saw big glowing yellow eyes, and like I heard growling. I think it was like a wolf or a bear, and it went to like scratch me, and I put up my arm, and then somebody was starting to throw rocks, and it got distracted, and I just hightailed it out of there. So I'm gonna be honest, like this is the only good thing that's come from doing cross country is that I got out of there as quick as I could and went to the hospital.
Who was throwing rocks?
Some of my friends.
Wait, there were multiple people?
Well, like, we went out into the woods to, hang out. Definitely not drink any fluids that aren't supposed to be drunk by teenagers.
Are you a vampire? Were you drinking blood?
What? No. It was just Bud Light. I swiped it from my dad, from his fridge. That's all.
That's worse than blood, I think.
God, please don't tell anybody. Please don't tell my...
On a scale from 1 to 10, how sober would you say you were? 1 being like as sober can be, and 10 being not.
I mean, I might have been basically drunk. I mean, it was only half a can, but I was already feeling kind of a little bit buzzed.
Can Hiccup tell us this kid has a worm in the back of his head?
You don't see anything back there.
Could you
Do
tell
they
us
have
what
hair?
could you tell us what part of the woods like you got attacked in and heard the growling in? Because like I want to be able to tell my friends to not go to that part of the woods because we like to play pretend in the woods because we're kids.
Said, oh, it was over near the Catholic Church.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm confused. So why did you go to the hospital?
I was bleeding really bad from my arm.
When it swiped you?
Yeah, when it like scratched me with claws.
And did you feel anything else in your body?
Adrenaline. I mean, I felt like I was gonna throw up. That's the most beer I've ever drunk.
Hiccup's like, this isn't really doing what I thought it was going to do.
Well, I'm glad that you're okay and your problem is safe with us, I guess. I just don't really want anybody else to like go over there. Like the wound didn't get infected or anything, did it? Like you didn't start to have like in scary movies, like sometimes people like turn into like werewolves or something.
Werewolf. Yeah, right. Wasn't a werewolf, was it?
I don't know. That's why we're talking to you.
Well, I mean, they cleaned my wound, and I don't think. And he starts to kind of like hold his stomach.
Hannah freaks out.
Says, I'm just messing with you. I mean, I really hope I'm not a werewolf. Because that would really suck. But, like, that's not real. There's magic and monsters and werewolves. None of that is real. Maybe you'll learn that when you get to high school. But,
can I try to detect thoughts?
Sure. Well, did you use it the last time?
No, I used the unseen servant.
In the last session, did you use the detect thoughts?
I think you used it on the hag, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I
think, does it say you can use it once per long rest or once per short?
Once per long rest.
Okay, so it hasn't recharged.
Because I'm a warlock, do I get my long spells back?
Well, that is an ability that's separate from your spell slots.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. If you had a second level spell slot, I think you could use that though. But you have level 1.
question. I don't know. because of my background and the stuff that I picked, I have a holy symbol. I don't know if werewolves react to holy symbols, but I'm gonna pull my little cross necklace off. Oh, before you go, take a look at my cross necklace. Like, I just got it last year.
Is it made of silver?
It just says that it's a holy reliquary.
Okay.
So I don't know if werewolves are reacted to that, or even if this guy is a werewolf.
He like feels a little itchy around where his stitches are. He's like, ooh, something feels a little bit weird, but why are you waving at that? Listen, I gotta go.
Wait. Before you go, I heard that you know how to teach people how to put people in headlock.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
What? Make a persuasion roll.
Headlock on you, please.
Make a persuasion roll. And I don't know if
can I do a perception? Can I do a perception check to see if the itching, or if I can tell if the itching was a direct causation correlation of the holy symbol being close to him?
Do an insight. And
insight. Okay.
Hiccup do a persuasion. And then is Astrid nearby, just kind of like waiting for them to join?
This poor NPC.
Probably like in the woods, waiting.
Like, why is it taking them so long?
She's already finished one of the big muffins, just working on the second one.
Okay, you said insight, correct?
Yeah. And
okay.
Persuasion from Hiccup.
I got 17.
22.
Yeah, it definitely seemed the wound was like acting up because of the holy symbol type, something like that. And he's like,
noted.
He's like, if you really want to, kid, I guess. So he like leans over or like bows so you can like put your arm around his head. He's like, go crazy, kid.
See.
What do you say?
What do I see?
Big head of long hair that just kind of flops over.
Does it look like there's anything in it?
Oh yeah, you take a close look and there's no worm.
Okay, well, at least it's not the headworms. We know that. It's just some other spooky shit. Cool.
Wait, actually, no. This is ridiculous. I don't want to get pulled over by the cops. Thanks for letting me look at your head, though.
Yeah, all right. I mean, if you just want to touch my hair, I would say, like, listen, I'm too old for you, kid. Like, you're still in, like, middle school. Like, I know my locks are dreamy, but...
Okay, Cletus, go away. We're done.
You're the one that called me over here.
Thanks for letting us bother you, Cletus. I hope you feel better. Like, your arm looks worse than it did when we got here.
No.
Maybe you should go to the...
Are you able to do healing on it?
I do divine stuff. I think that's going to make it worse.
Well, you could try. See what happens.
Yeah, let's try that.
You doing like some
hands? I guess let's see what Cure Wounds does.
Okay. So you like grab his arm or something?
Yeah. Can I pray for you, Cletus? For your arm? It's okay. I won't put the cross necklace next to you.
Sure. I guess.
Okay. I won't touch you. Okay.
Yeah. Astrid, if you're anywhere near, Frightful is starting to like get really like kind of growly, like sensing something nearby, like looking over towards where the two girls and the student are. And he's kind of like looking around like as if he heard something. And so Hannah, you cast Cure Wounds and say a little prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little bit of glowing light. He doesn't seem to notice. But then he looks down, he's like, oh, my arm's actually feeling better. And he like pulls it out of the sling and all the stitches are like all healed up. He's like, wow, look at that. But he's still a little bit itchy. He says, "Oh, this is great. Oh, wow, that's I guess prayer really does work. Thanks, kid." And he's looking out, looking over in kind of the direction of Astrid and Frightful. Says, "Did you hear something? Did you smell something?"
Cletus?
Yeah.
Cletus?
Yeah, yeah.
Stay with me. I pull my cross necklace back and I put it in his face.
Oh, God. Stop! Get that out of my face! I'm out of here. And he turns and walks back, and he's like, "Hey, look, my arm's doing better." Yeah, so you guys can keep moving on and meet up with Astrid.
Is Frightful still freaking out, even though he's walking away?
Less so once he moves away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hannah's heart is like pounding. She's like, "Oh no, werewolves!"
I'll tell him Frightful was freaking out. I'll be trying to calm Frightful.
Nice.
So
Can the worms infect other places other than the head?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if those things react to like prayer and divine stuff the same way.
We should have had Astrid try to pray over the worm.
Me?
Like a
Yeah. Remember when we caught the worm last session?
like
Me
to do a
pray over
druid thing?
Yeah, because you can do cure wounds and stuff, right? Are you a paladin?
I'm not a paladin.
I'm a paladin.
I have cure
a
wounds
ranger-
because I'm a
ranger and
ranger.
You're a ranger like me. Okay,
I'm
never
ranger
mind.
druid.
Yeah, I'm a paladin. Naomi was the other paladin, and I thought it was hilarious that both of the paladins were like, "Adventure? No, don't sign me up. I don't want anything to do with it. Goodbye."
Sorry, that wasn't meant to sound mean or anything. I was just confused.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't know if that was in
sorry.
character either. Astrid would have been like, me?
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, you guys make your way down to the hospital. You meet up with Hiccup's mom.
Probably gonna stick in the woods.
Yeah,
Not be seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, she'll take you all in and she'll kind of give you an update. She says, "I've looked at this worm and its bone structure and stuff is like it's nothing like anything we've seen. I mean, I am really more. I do work with like human tissue and blood samples and stuff like that, but like, I can definitely tell like everything about this, like down to its DNA, as far as I can tell, is like it's the only way I could describe it is alien. Like it is, yeah.
Mrs. Hiccup, do you know anything about werewolves?
Werewolves? I mean, my brother,
or something that like.
Well,
High
I
school
mean, my
boys
brother.
are really weird.
Sure, my brother is your uncle. Hiccup is the dog spirit, I think. Where is it? There should be a dog. Yeah, I mean, he's been known to like be quite hairy and run out in the woods, chopping down or chopping up firewood. But uh, I don't know about any werewolves.
So he wouldn't like react to a holy symbol then.
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, like we have our own kind of divine protection and senses and stuff, and different members of our family have different kind of powers. But
Okay.
yeah, wouldn't react in that
Oh.
way. But are you saying, is there a werewolf?
I don't know. I thought werewolves just did silver, and I don't think that this is silver. It's just blessed. And I grab my little holy reliquary and I hand it to Mrs. Hiccup.
Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've never been. Living in our family is kind of a spiritual experience, but it's never been one for religion. But it could be whatever whatever is causing this has a strong reaction to a holy symbol, whether it's
Do
silver
you
or
think it could be connected to the spooky worms somehow?
not. I don't know. I feel like they aren't so much spiritual as they are like this thing has like it has like brain waves, and I've used my power to suppress it, but I feel I could tell that it was starting to like try to reach out almost. Uh, this seems like less spiritual and more psychic almost.
Oh.
Though that
And you can't like put it in the microwave?
well, we can. I didn't know if you wanted me to kill it yet. Or do you,
Sorry. All the weird conversations.
a hiccup? Is this? This is the Miller girl, right? You're
You're
muted, babe.
muted, Lindsay.
This is my host sister Hannah,
Yeah.
and this is Ashley. I've met her before.
Yeah. Hannah. Yeah, I think I've seen you around town.
Don't tell my dad.
I would not tell your dad. No. Nope, nope. I would not talk to your dad. That'd be a little bit awkward. Well, I don't know.
There's dial-up noises going in Hannah's brain.
She's like,
I did. Was he mean to you at church or something?
no, no. I mean, I don't go to church, but oh no, your
Was he
dad
mean
is
to you
fine.
because you don't go to church?
Sure, but I think it just might be awkward if uh, I try to like not talk to him.
Oh. What about my mom?
Uh, well, I don't. Whenever I see her, she's usually taking care of the kids. Um, so she seems to be busy enough. It's just, you know, this is adult stuff. I don't think you need to worry about all the adult stuff, you know, grown-up stuff. But let's talk about this, you know, mind control worm. She
People
said,
keep telling me I don't need to worry about all this grown-up stuff, but the grown-ups aren't doing anything about all the real problems.
you want to make a persuasion check?
Yeah. There, a temper tantrum like it's for a 12-year-old. Let me find where my persuasion skill is. Persuasion. That's a 3. I am persuading no one. I'm just acting like a brat, I guess.
Yeah, she looks at you and she says, this, yeah, I think you maybe need a timeout. Or is that what you do with 12 kids? How old are you now? 12?
12.
I don't want to say the whole puberty thing, but listen, things are very confusing and lots of stuff happens when you are when you're young, and there's a lot of confusing things, and I'm not trying to talk down to you, but you need to respect that the grown-ups have like our lives and you have your lives, and the grown-ups want the best for you. And she's like kind of struggling to find words. uh Hiccup, I know that your dad is the sweetest man I've ever met, and he can take, I'm sure he's taking real good care of you, and you deserve that. And uh, I haven't been a mother for the last 12 years. um, I don't know how to do that, but I do know that there needs to be boundaries here, and Hannah, I respect you, and your aunt speaks so highly of you. She thinks you're just such a sweet kid. Um, but you need to respect that that's this all is like something personal, and I don't think I need to share that with you. Okay?
Okay.
Did you have questions about the worm?
Yeah, well, how do you kill it?
Well, I think you can just stab it with a scalpel, and that should do it. But
Would microwaving it stop the waves?
yes, and it would probably end all other life functions too.
So how do you kill it if it's inside of something?
I would be afraid that the brainwaves that this thing is creating, and like putting it through a scanner. I'm afraid that if you tried to kill it, you could harm. You're saying if it's in somebody's brain, it could harm them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So how do you kill it without harming that person?
I don't know. I'm a lab tech.
There's
You are, Mom. Come on, stop giving us so much attitude.
I'm not giving it.
But isn't there something like everything's got a frequency or a buzz? I don't know if 12-year-olds have learned about resonant frequency, but in this universe, they have learned about resonant frequency.
I suppose you could maybe work something out to counter its brain waves. If you could get close, you could maybe sever the connection. Honestly, this is not my field of study. I don't have a PhD in it or something like that. I had maybe one class. Maybe that kid that you brought to the hospital. Maybe he seemed to be very interested in all the equipment. Maybe he would know more because if he's interested in that.
Okay. So we basically, this is just Lindsay talking to herself. We basically have just learned really nothing because other than that you can stab it to kill it.
Or microwave it, probably.
Because we already knew that it was very dangerous and would tamper with the person that it's.
Well, I did try putting some pure water on it, and it seemed to burn it.
Pure water, like holy water? Was it blessed water, or was it just like regular, like distilled water?
Distilled, yeah. It seems like its chemical composition. It seems like it needs like a hardcore mixture of like chemicals and pollutants and stuff like that to really survive. So that could be a weakness.
Hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
My Andy has a water gun collection, a super soaker collection.
Okay.
And
we're carrying those.
We might be able to borrow them.
That'd be.
I think is there a Minute Mart in town? There might be a Minute Mart in town.
There's got to be something at the gas station. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and we might be able to buy a couple gallons of distilled water, and then we could just spray the right people, and it might work. What do you think?
The worms inside the person, aren't they protected, or do we see them hanging out of the bed?
I guess if it's one that we can see. I have an idea. Okay. So VBS is coming up, and we usually have a dunk tank. We fill the dunk tank with distilled water, and then we have to have like a big enough prize at the end of it that everybody who goes really, really wants prize. That way we can just dunk everyone in town. And Hannah's just kind of trying to think through the rest of it. You can see the buffer wheel going.
Well, hold that thought. So, Mom, what were you saying about like sending out your own brain waves to contain it? Can I do that too?
Well, I've been using my dragon power to kind of like prevent this from like breaking out, but it's very dangerous. I think it's possible if I wasn't countering it, it could start affecting people around us.
Counter it.
Huh?
How are you countering it?
Um, Basically, I am. I don't know. I'm creating like a heated temperature around it with it's kind of a dragon ability, um, and it kind of like disrupts things.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
So, Hannah, I like your idea. Maybe we can run with it.
Get a dunk tank of stuff.
A dunk tank with distilled and probably some concentration of holy waters.
Okay.
What would get a bunch of adults to like willingly go get dunked in a dunk tank? I don't know how to think like an adult. Adults are boring.
Adults love to win prizes.
What kind of prizes? You're a grown up.
I don't know. I mean, if I were to get something, I would get something from the comic shop. But nobody can know. Sora can't know about my comic collection. I have to keep it at someone else's house. Well, you all better get going, and I'll let you know if I find out any more information. Should I keep studying the worm, or should I kill it?
I mean, I vote for killing it.
I feel like I should take it to the leader of the family, because if this is a threat that's happening in our town, she should maybe know.
Oh yeah, do that. You mean Akira?
No, she's very elderly. I mean Sora, who's kind of running things.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
But what if the one that's sending out these worms?
Oh, Do you think she would do that?
You're related to her.
You're right. I don't know. I'll think about it. By the way,
you related to her too, technically.
Well,
I just
I'm not there, but
Hiccup, I know the ball's in my court. Do you want to like get coffee sometime and just talk? Not about worms, but like just talk.
Sure.
Okay.
You know, buy me a malt at the malt shop.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. We can do that.
Do you have the Miller's phone number?
Well, yes.
Okay, well then you can call me there.
I can get it. I have a Miller's phone number.
Do you know my aunt? Rachel?
Can you do an insight check? Yes.
We all know this is such a mess.
Yeah.
Didn't you just talk about your aunt like 5 minutes ago?
Well, but now I'm like, do you know my aunt?
Yeah. She said,
I guess in the biblical knowing. Do you know her?
What is your insight check?
Oh no! Oh, that's a 5.
Ooh.
She just kind of smiles and she says, I think you should all be heading out. I'm sure you want to enjoy the rest of your day before, it's a school night. Right? Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, like, if you need to get around my dad, my aunt is usually a good way. Like, she brings extra snacks to things, and she has cool stories about work.
Yes.
I don't care about you and like about your dumb, complicated, grown-up stuff.
Well, it's not really. It's not about me that I'm
Hannah leaves the room before she finishes.
Like, wait,
I don't.
Okay. All right.
So we're basically just letting my mom do whatever she thinks is best with the worm. If she thinks it's a good idea to take it to Sora, then she can. And if she thinks it's a good idea to kill it, then she can.
Okay. Sure. You guys can go out and talk to Astrid. Where do you want to go next? So so one of you were talking about, like, could this beast be Bitey, the pet rat? You could go check on Bitey at the junkyard if you wanted.
It would probably be good to check that, see if like Bitey reacts to the holy symbol, at least the same way that what's his face did.
Okay.
Actually has an idea. It looked like.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if I got told anything or not.
Oh yeah, Hannah tells you her extremely slanted side about how grown-ups are annoying, mostly because she's upset. She's 12. She's upset.
Astrid will just pat Hannah on the back. Be like, I'm sorry.
Hannah considers running away herself.
Yeah, it's like you know so much, but the
Nobody
older kids
takes
and
me
adults,
seriously.
yeah, they're like, yeah, they don't think you know as much as you do or understand as much as you do. So like it's like they think they're protecting you, but maybe they should just be more honest. I don't know. Okay, so you want to do Bitey and what else?
There's still the dryads too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
I forgot. I realized I probably had a way to keep this safe. Called like the tiny hut tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
But like I forgot about it.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like kind of a one-time use, like you can't move.
Well, it's a 2-time now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys can go. Can you do a survival check, Astrid?
Oh, that's not a bad roll. A survival, you said?
Yeah.
23.
23. Yeah. So you can go and check out like part of the river over in this area. Or kind of upstream a little bit if you want. And kind of like move your way just down a little bit before you guys make your way to other parts wherever else. And you locate there's like a little creek that leads in, and there's like tracks of some strange creature out here.
Yo, there's some strange creature out here.
On our way to walking wherever we were walking, I wanted to ask Astrid about her family. Like, where are they? Are they worried about? Why did you leave?
It's a lot of questions at once.
Well, now that I'm reconnected with my mom, I've just been thinking about other people's families.
Where they are, I'm assuming Chicago. What were the other questions?
Why did you leave? Are they worried?
Why'd I leave? The city sucks. It's loud and crowded and there's people yelling. Worried about?
Do you miss them?
I mean, yeah.
I'm assuming Hannah is nearby for this conversation.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to go back home?
Not to the city. I liked where we're originally from. It's more like country.
If the police like arrest you, they'll just send you back to your family, won't they?
I would assume. I haven't been caught, so I don't know.
And then you would probably just try to run away again, huh?
If I was in the city, probably.
Okay.
I think it's just better in the country.
Hiccup's just gonna end her line of questioning, unless Astrid wants to offer up anything else.
I mean, it just depends on the question.
Yeah. There's no abuse or like maliciousness. Just well, that we can tell. Oh, can I do a perception check to see?
Yeah.
If she's telling the truth.
Or insight.
Yeah, insight.
Okay. Can I also get a perception from Hannah and Hiccup?
You mean, yeah.
As a separate.
2 different ones?
You're doing an insight and a perception.
Oh, okay. So my insight is 3, and my perception is 19.
A 3 and a 19?
23.
23. Yeah, you can probably tell. So Ashley, what kinds of stuff is with a really good roll that Hiccup makes? What kinds of stuff is she kind of getting a read on? Things that that Astrid might not be saying outright, but what are some things that maybe she's gleaning?
She's telling the truth, but maybe not she's not telling it all, but there's also probably some sadness in it as well.
Okay. Cool.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
I got a 13 and a 6, so I don't think I gleaned anything.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so Hiccup, you and Esther are kind of talking, you're kind of looking at Hiccup's face, and then you like stop, and you notice that there's like a kind of muddy patch of ground, like pretty muddy, clay-like, and Hannah, you step right into it. It's like the two rangers kind of stop abruptly, like what's that? And you step right into it, and
it's quicksand, isn't it?
Quick clay.
Can you make a strength save?
Oh, I love a good strength save. Shoot, can you walk me through how to do that?
So,
I'm so sorry.
You would have an area that says your saves. Normally, it's like whatever your strength, con, whatever modifier is, but you should be strong.
Okay, so it's just based off of your modifiers. All right.
Yeah, but I think as a paladin, you're proficient in strength saves.
Yeah, I recently transferred everything when I was leveling Hannah up from like the loose text document that I had actually into the 5e sheet.
Okay.
But I couldn't find my saves.
So you all are at level 6, right?
So, yeah.
So you're at level 6. You have a proficiency bonus of +3. You're proficient in wisdom and charisma saving throws. Okay. So your strength saving throw is just your strength.
It's just the regular modifier. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll that.
So not too bad. 15.
Okay. Yeah. You start to feel yourself sink into this dough-like mud, but you're like able to pull back and pull your leg free, and rising up out of the mud is a creature. And you all hear some like blah 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 blah. Like it sounds like a murmur of a bunch of different voices. all at once.
Hannah shrieks and like goes back.
And you see this creature rising up out of the murk with a bunch of like oozy body and like a bunch of different mouths, and they're all just kind of muttering and unrecognizable tongues, all at the same time. And you all feel a bit wonky. And I also need you to then
plug your ears.
yeah, see if you can. I need you all to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, cool. Oops, wrong channel.
15.
15, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Hiccup, you put up like a mental block that kind of protects yourself.
No! Hannah! No! 9.
9. And Astrid?
10.
10. Cool.
Hannah's really off her game, man. Mrs. Hiccup, she got really upset about that, I guess.
Yeah, you feel like you can't react as quickly. You just hearing all these voices muttering, and they almost start to be different language almost. And it's almost like echoing all of your self-doubts. What are self-doubts that Hannah is hearing?
That she's not good enough, that she's never going to measure up in the family, that Jesus doesn't really love her, that she is on the wrong path, and that everything that she believes is a lie, and that the people who are around her are only around her because they pity her and not because they actually enjoy her company.
Mm.
Those are some really deep self-doubts for a 12-year-old.
Man, they're based kind of on some of my self-doubts as a 12-year-old. I was such an angsty preteen.
So you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn. And
Do you need initiative order?
we're gonna do it like slightly not
Cool.
in initiative, just kind of free form. And then I'm gonna have you roll a dice on the next turn when you like officially start your turn. So you all can do something freeform right now. This thing is just like creepy and oozy and all these mouths and stuff in the middle of this mud.
I think Hannah is still just trying to like back crawl to be further away from it. Or does that count as a reaction? And nope.
No, that's just like your action of like moving. You have your movement and an action that you can take.
Okay. Guys, are you hearing all of this stuff?
Hiccup. Her fingers in her ears, but she's like, yeah.
Astrid.
Yeah. Did I succeed or did I fail?
You succeeded.
Oh, okay.
You're not affected. Oh, actually, let's have Hannah's trying to get away. Can you roll a d8 for me?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. 5.
5? Okay.
Something's gonna happen to you.
Probably.
Hannah, you're incoherent. You're trying to get yourself to move away, but you're kind of confused and starting to like crawl not directly towards it, but like off to the left of it a bit. So you're kind of going in the wrong direction to get away with it from it.
Oh no, Hannah.
And that's all you're able to do this turn.
Cool.
But Astrid and Hiccup, you see that Hannah's like looks like really distressed and is like just moving almost somewhat towards closer into reach of the creature.
Can I have Frightful pull her back?
Sure. Do a strength check for Frightful.
Good.
And contest it with Hannah's strength.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
I have a strength of 18 or a +4.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to contest?
Yeah.
Frightful just got a natural 20.
Sweet. Yeah, roll for Hannah just in case.
I hope I roll low for this. That's a 19.
Well, beat a natural 20. So Hannah's like trying to no, I don't want to believe all these voices. You're trying to crawl, in this direction, and Frightful just, gets your ankle and is like pulling you back, and your face kind of falls in the mud, but she's pulling you to safety.
Hannah is like thrashing.
And Hiccup.
Frightful's the true MVP of my heart.
Yeah. Astrid, that's Frightful's turn. You still have an action, and Hiccup, you have an action as well.
What you posted in the chat is what we're up against?
Yes, that's what you're saying.
How tall is it?
Oh.
It is like the size of one of us?
Size of a person, yeah.
Okay. Can I get Toothless out?
Yeah, you manifest Toothless. Your dragon appears. I think you can do it once for free. And Toothless has an action. And Astrid has your regular action too.
Can I hold an action? Or was summoning Toothless my action?
Summoning Toothless is your action.
Okay. Well, maybe Toothless can just hold a bite action.
Okay, for if the creature comes closer.
Yeah, or if it goes toward Hannah.
Okay. Sure. Astrid, do you have anything?
I don't know if this is the triad or not. Tell the others, I don't know if this is the dryad or not, because the other one looked different.
Okay. Good point.
Can I back up summon ready my bow?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And have it at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on its turn it moves very slowly, but it's kind of like oozing through this mud towards Hannah, who's on the edge of this mud pit, and trying to get close. And Toothless, roll for an attack of Toothless.
That's a nat 1.
Oof. Kind of jumps out, and the mouths are like, it's like very distracted. Hannah, you kind of recover now.
Yeah.
You're recovered. You're like, the voices just sound like mumbling and stuff like that. What do you want to do? And
okay, I'm going to wipe the mud off of my face because that's disgusting. So that is the first thing I'm going to do. And from here, I am going to shoot. I want to try purify food and drink on it. Do I have to be touching it for that?
It's close enough you can like move up and touch.
Just like, okay. I would like to cast purify food and drink.
You go up and you touch it, and it screams out, but like there's like a ripple. It's kind of like washing away a bunch of like mud and gunk, and underneath like all these mouths that this like stuff washes over, those big toothy monster mouths now look like just little like goby fish mouths. They're like, oh, oh. It looks almost like an amalgamate school of fish, and it's like uncrusting like a bunch of weird corruption from it. And Astrid, you get like this strong druidic sense that this is a dryad.
It's a dryad.
and Hannah and Astrid, or Hiccup and Astrid, and Toothless and Frightful all have actions.
I'm thinking of that scene from Spirited Away with the big river spirit that comes in that looks like a big stinky mud monster.
Yeah.
It's not fully back yet?
It's like partially like that spell was like doing a good amount of cleansing of it. But
can I cast Purified Food and Drink?
Yes, you can. You go up to it and whoosh, it clears it even more of the way off. Does Hiccup have anything?
I have cure wounds.
Okay.
That's all I can do in terms of purifying.
Okay. You could try that if you want. But maybe just these two are enough. The two of you combining your purifying power washes over, and this whole area starts to look much healthier. And now there's this kind of a bit amorphous, kind of amoeboid with a bunch of like fish heads, sort of. But it seems calm and bloop 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 bloop.
I have a spell called Fear.
Fear. Oh.
It becomes frightened of me. Could I frighten the corruption off of it?
No. But it is completely purified, and this region is kind of like seems to be healing a bit, and the dryad seems quite happy, and it's definitely been corrupted, but it's still somewhat like upstream, so it's like it's not as bad as maybe the one farther down. Who knows? But it looks very happy at you all, and it will coughs up some little like river pearls for you all.
Oh shoot! I don't know. I gotta find out what Turn the Unholy does.
Oh, I think that works on fiends, something like that.
Oh well, never mind then. This probably doesn't work.
Wait, so it wasn't corrupted by the worm?
It was corrupted by the pollution. Okay.
They're polluting the water because you remember how they said it can't survive in like good water.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So the worms are trying to change the river and dumping in the pond and stuff like that.
We are so smart. We're figuring this out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you guys have purified one of the dryads, and it kind of imparts to you these like little river pearls that like to show its thanks, and it seems very happy, and it goes back over into its creek, and you get this like sense like a sense of thanks from it, Astrid, and you can pass that on to the nymph.
Awesome. I totally realize also I can probably find that camp with one of my spells.
Ooh, the fort that you found?
Yeah, I have a spell called Wild Cunning from Unearthed Arcana. It says you call out to spirits of nature to aid you when you cast the spell. Choose one of the following effects. And one of them is, if there's a suitable shelter for you and your companions within range, you know it and where to find it.
Well, do you want to run that spell?
I'd have to wait till we were back in the area, but I can do that later.
Okay. I mean, you're kind of near where you were checking, right? You wanted to. I think it was over here in this area up here.
Yeah, I can do it. Can I cast it at 2nd level because I'm running out of spell slots?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do that. Backup base found. I've accomplished something. Also, thank you, Hannah, and thank you, Hiccup, for helping with.
Yay! Yeah, Hannah just kind of like is just like dizzy and stunned from everything that just happened, and just kind of like flops down onto her butt, and is just like.
And I'm like, thank you, Frightful, and I give Frightful the biggest pat and hug.
Yeah, most of the stuff that I have for Hannah, like more than 90% of the entire 6 slots that I have is like it's all buff or healing. I have 1 smite on my inventory. The rest is help people or put them to sleep.
I have nature stuff to help Ashton survive in nature.
Hannah doesn't want to fight everything, so like trying to smite this is like, no, we're gonna pray instead.
It was a really good plan.
Yeah.
Let's also go over to Hannah because she senses that Hannah needs an emotional support animal. And Hiccup's like, good job, Toothless. You did absolutely nothing. You're amazing.
There's like the cat head eye thing.
You got a nat 1 this time.
Hannah just like lays back and looks at the sky for a second or two, like,
You're doing great, Hannah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you use your spell. What is it? What is it called again?
A wild cunning. Here,
Wild
I got
cunning.
a for you if you want.
So yeah, you tell the others about this thing, this sign that you found, and yeah. So you decide that you're gonna go out and track it down.
While they're walking, Hannah is trying to like scrape the excess mud just off of her dress and her face and the everything. Just she does not want to explain this to her parents. That's what she's freaking out about at this point.
Fair enough.
Hiccup, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Like, my mom is gonna be so upset. Like, I'm gonna have to do laundry for the whole family for the next week.
That seems like a harsh punishment.
Yeah, we understand.
You haven't met my mom.
That's right, I haven't.
Okay.
Is there anything interesting about the river pearls that we got?
They look like very precious. Like they seem like they're like they give you luck, or they can like give you like if you were in a fantasy setting, like you could sell them, but these you feel like they could give you luck to like help you get money or something.
Nice. Next very important question. Did all of that mud ruin my Game Boy?
Oh no.
Oh, you go looking through and it seems all right.
Hannah breathes a sigh of relief and puts the Game Boy back in her book bag.
So Hannah, Astrid, you cast your spell and you start hunting down, and you find like an old knotty little part of a tree, and you can kind of pull some of the vines apart, and there's like a wood little structure underneath, like a bunch of bushes and things. And you see where the sign would go. You found Fort Risky, I think is what I called it. And you three go inside, and you find there's like it's a clubhouse, and there's like a bunch of like toys and like old stuff that's like from the 40s. It looks like some little kid from many years ago, like Depression era, used to, have a hangout down here. Hiccup, you suspect it might have been Akira. She talked about she and her friends used to have adventures. And you find on a little clubhouse table, they say the Risky Squad. They have like a little logo that they made as like their symbol. And you guys find like an old like toy wooden sword. You find a pristine flower crown. So sword, a wooden sword, flower crown, and one of those rings, like a thing that you would get from, like you listen to the radio and you do a cereal box and like you solve the code and you get like a little a toy prize, you find one of those, a ring.
And how many pearls?
What's that?
How many pearls were there from the dryad?
Oh, you each got one.
Okay.
But yeah, you sense that these like mundane little objects, like toys and stuff, you sense that even though they are normally junk, they seem to like mean something, or seem like they seem to have like magical sentimental power to them.
Okay. Should we each take one and try to use it?
I'm assuming, yeah.
Sure. Who wants to take what?
I feel like I can take the sword since I have. So wait, maybe Hannah should take the sword since you don't have that many protective.
Take the.
I don't know, it's up to you
Sword,
guys.
so you won't really hurt anyone.
Hannah has a
Maybe.
magical sword.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hannah wouldn't attack anybody anyway, like even if she had a real sword. Like she's got a sling, she hasn't used it this entire time.
Take the
just-
sword.
You take it, and it is a +1 short sword for you.
Sweet.
And
Can,
Astrid and Hannah, what do y'all want to take?
There was like a flower, right?
Flower crown.
flower
Yeah.
crown.
Flower crown. Can I have the flower crown if you don't want it, Astrid? I think it's
Ashley
really
was
great.
gonna ask for the flower crown.
Oh.
You can have it if you want.
Shoot. What was the other item? I'm sorry.
See who gets higher.
It's a cereal box ring. Maybe more like 50s or something.
You can have the crown if you want.
No, you really wanted it. I'll take the cereal box ring. It's kind of cute, and I don't think I'll get in trouble with the ring.
Will you get in trouble for a flower crown?
Maybe, or Ruth might try to steal it. She might think it's fashionable or something.
I can make you a flower crown if you want a flower crown.
Really? Oh, I would love that. I can see if my mom will let me make peanut butter no bake bars, and then I can bring some out to your treehouse next time.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be at the treehouse.
I'll find you.
So
I'll take the ring.
okay.
You
So-
know, take the crown.
If you take the flower crown, you feel like it gives you a +1 to armor class. And if you take the ring, you feel like it gives you resistance to poison.
Nice.
Cool, nice.
It has a little amethyst on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay.
Short sword. We have a couple minutes. You guys now have like a fun little base too that's hidden. It's like a clubhouse.
Oh yeah, cool.
Clubhouse height.
Did you Did you want
Is
to
there anything interesting about the walls in the clubhouse? Like
just wood planks?
just wood? Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything.
Is there any way that I can like up my disguise self to disguise the clubhouse so that none of it's imperceptible to the sheriff and deputies?
It was already disguised pretty well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Like Astrid had to use magic to find it. It's pretty well hidden.
Oh, sweet.
It's like this is like almost on the level of the Lost Boys
Nice.
from Peter Pan. That kind of like
Sweet.
really fancy hidden clubhouse.
It's Astrid's second home now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another safe spot.
Oh, Astrid. Hannah digs around in her backpack and pulls out the like small sack of food that she had gotten from her mom this morning, including the like beef jerky and the other couple odds and ends that she'd gotten from her mom. This is for you. I wanted to give it to you earlier, The jerky's homemade because my dad goes hunting.
Oh, nice. Y'all are giving me a lot of food.
Well, if you starve, then that's not very good.
I mean, I've been doing fine finding food, but this is different than I normally eat, so I still appreciate it from you both. It's very nice of y'all.
Muffins.
The muffins were really good. I might have
Awesome.
already eaten them.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, I ate one of them while you were, talking to that older kid, and then the second one I finished while you were in the hospital. I might have given a bit to Frightful.
Cool. Any final things that you guys wanted to do? We won't do like a big role-playing part of it, but
Check in on Bitey next time, then.
yeah. Well, you guys can just go over there now and take a look. And go and talk to
Okay.
Buddy, and he seems really happy. You wanted to show him your holy symbol, Hannah?
Oh, sorry, I've had no focus all day.
Oh, that's fine.
You wanted to see if the holy symbol would affect Bitey the same way it affected.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Cletus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't seem to react to it. He's just like, oh, what's that? Look, very shiny. Can we have shiny?
It is very shiny. It is very shiny. I think Jesus likes it. Okay, but like this doesn't hurt you at all. That's good. I'm glad. It means you can wear shiny things.
Me hear scary sounds out in woods, but me stay safe in junkyard.
That's good. I'm glad you stay safe, baby.
Something strong
What kind of scary sounds? What kind of scary sounds?
Sound like big animal and go awoo awoo.
The werewolves?
Oh, I don't know what that is, but maybe. I'm scared to go out in the woods now.
I shouldn't leave at night then.
I want to be careful. But yeah, Bitey seems to know that there's something out there, but he doesn't. He's not the one that caused the attacks. All right, and you all. Oh, Astrid, you can walk with them all to kind of get back to Fort Risky if you want to stay safe, just in case there's a werewolf. As Hiccup and Hannah.
Werewolf or sheriff.
Yeah. Hiccup and Hannah can get back home. And the last little thing is, I imagine, what does Hannah do with her Game Boy, and does she want to play some tonight? Because you're gonna have to find a place with some light, because there's no backlight.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm gonna like huddle up in the corner of my room with my study lamp, and I've got like the Bible in front of it, and then I'm like playing Game Boy behind it.
Sweet. Yeah. Hiccup, you're kind of journaling or processing everything from today. You have a lot of thoughts on your mind about your mom. Oh, as you guys are walking by there, you see the gas station. As you're getting back to Fort Risky, and Astrid, you could have sworn you saw a very familiar station wagon, but you think, well, no, it couldn't be, but maybe. You start to feel maybe a little extra cautious. Hannah, you're playing your game, and Mario's jumping over crevices and jumping on turtles and mushrooms and things, and you get to a screen, and Mario dies and falls off the screen, and there's a turtle that's just there in the center of the screen for an uncomfortably long amount of time, and it seems like it turns and is like walking towards the screen and getting bigger, and it has like a devious smile on its face, and it comes up until its face is filling the screen, and there's the broken line of pixels right across one of its eyes like a scar. And with the limited sound effects, it goes and then blink goes to the start screen.
I'm just gonna turn the Game Boy off and set it down.
Yeah, hey, we'll end it right there.
Wow, that was creeptastic.
Oh no, we're getting into Ben drowned territory now. Do either of you know the creepypasta Ben drowned? It's a classic creepypasta. It's about like a cursed copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where some kid's soul is trapped in one of the effigy statues in the game. Ben drowned.
Yeah, I feel like we had a slow start. I think, Lindsay, you pointed out. I just wanted to make sure, like, Hannah had been waiting for the time when she would, like, get her Game Boy, so I wanted there to be, like, some little event. And that ended up becoming, like, more of a thing. But, yeah, I've been waiting for this moment. Like, as soon as you said, Hannah just wants a Game Boy, I'm like, oh, she's gonna get a Game Boy.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
I have fun just watching everything happen. I was down for the Tetris while arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun playing Hannah's character. It's a blast.
You three have kind of gotten things that you want. I mean, Astrid's stayed out of sight. And now something's starting to feel weird. And you saw something that some car that you recognize. Hiccup has found her mom, but there's still a lot going on. It's not like, hey, I found my mom and everything's happy. Hannah has gotten her Game Boy, and now there's something really weird about it. So,
Yay.
like, you guys are getting your goals, but now something is really, there's like weird stuff going on about it. So,
yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Hannah's also becoming more outspoken. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions or anything in between, and we will do like a full long rest. So get all your spells.
We're gonna get a long rest.
Woo!
And you can change Brightful's form or the Druid and Ranger spells. I think you guys can switch up or something like that on long rest.
Druid can. I don't know if Ranger can.
Okay.
I know Druid can because I used to play a Druid.
Yeah. Okay.
I might keep them the same though, but I'll change Frightful back into a bird so she can go scouting for me. Keep an eye out.
Nice. I'm gonna stop recording.